What is up, guys? It's your boy Rick Kakis, and today we have a brand new Xur Location and Inventory review for the weekend of April 8th to the 11th. And so let's get started. But really quickly, I know a lot of you guys love Advanced GG. I've got a sale going on right now, code KHD25 for 25% off, ends tonight at midnight, so definitely get on it. Click the link in the description. That's all I'll say. Now on to the video. Alright, so let's see what he has firstly. In terms of exotics, we have the Crimson for sale. Definitely not a bad weapon, gonna heal yourself. And then, finally, oh my goodness, finally guys, the Xur rolls have been fixed. For the entire season until right now, you would be normally looking at like a 48 stat roll, but now finally above 60. That is fantastic. And wow, what a pretty darn good roll on this Aeon Swift. Good recovery, good intellect, and if you don't have one, absolutely pick them up. These are near essential for certain Grandmaster and higher level content, being able to produce heavy ammo for getting a finisher for your allies. Fantastic. Also fantastic is this Ursa Furiosa. Not the stat roll actually, a little bit too much mobility. We got resilience, which is decent, but then not really any recovery, discipline, barely any intellect, and a ton of strength. Not terrible, but this is kind of terrible, but this is a top tier PvE exotic. And then we have the Sun Bracers. 58 is definitely a bit too low, and these aren't necessarily meta or anything, so maybe skip these. Now, I do want to see something really quick. So, looking at the stats here, if I actually buy this, apparently sometimes it is a little bit different, the one you actually get. Okay, so there you go, proving my point right here. I just got a 67 Ursa Furiosas. I just bought them. There's no mods on them, but then according to the one from Xur, it's actually only, as you can see, 63, so I got some free extra stats, so just keep that in mind. There may be a little bit of a difference between what you see here from Xur and what you actually get in your inventory. But let's move on to the legendary weapons. Firstly, we have this Dire Promise with Snapshot and Osmosis. Some people really like Osmosis for certain Grenadier builds. Me, not so much, and especially you don't want it with Snapshot because, you want PvE perks to go with it. Then we've got an Imperial Needle here, and this is a pretty darn good PvP roll, like opening shot, killing wind, massively increasing the accuracy, gonna make it really easy to land your shots. Yeah, if you are in the market for a PvP bow, consider picking that up. Then we've got another bow, the Wolftone Draw with Harmony, which can be a little saucy with bows for sure. And then Sneak Bow, it's alright. So again, if you're really into bows, that's a consideration. Widow's Bite with Pulse Monitor, Demolicious, no. Ignition Code here with Field Prep and Demolitionist. This certainly isn't a bad grenade launcher, and guys, if you don't have a better kinetic grenade launcher, there's this and there's one more from like Dares of Eternity and stuff from the 30th anniversary. So if you don't have a good one, maybe consider picking this up, but generally you want something like spike grenades here. Still pretty decent roll. Then we've got a 7 Seraph Saw with Mulligan and Grave Robber. Even though it can produce Warmind cells, this is not that good of a roll. And then finally we have a Frozen Orbit here, and we do have Vorpal Weapon. And we actually don't just have that, we have Vorpal Weapon, Accurized Rounds, Hammerforged Rifling, and a range masterwork. So the range stat is, again guys, tied to accuracy. If you have a maxed out range stat, you're going to be hitting the toe and getting a headshot, right? So although generally Outlaw isn't that amazing for PvP, Vorpal Weapon to one shot, supers potentially, and then all of these other things, maybe. Moving on from there, we have the armor, and again, finally, we've got good armor rolls. So, for the Titan, this is a consideration to pick up. Good resilience, good recovery, good intellect. Yeah, seriously consider that. And then this is not bad either. Great recovery and decent discipline. A little bit high in the mobility in my opinion. Now for the helmet, great recovery, great intellect, but unfortunately, 58 is definitely on the low end. But if you're willing to take a couple points to the overall total and get a very spiky roll, this is absolutely something you should consider. And then for the boots, wow, huge resilience, 65 overall. This is absolutely something to consider picking up, guys. Titans really do want resilience, and it's got a little bit of an intellect spike as well. Seriously, consider grabbing these. Moving on from there, we've got the exotics here. The Hawkmoon is going to have quick draw. Not great, not terrible. So I'd wait till a different week. Then Dead Man's Tale is going to have Killing Wind. And then armor-piercing rounds, that's okay. Honestly, again, I would maybe wait for a different week. But actually, this is not terrible, certainly. But guys, let's move on from there to the Warlock. Alright, it's been over a month since I've had any reason to switch characters to check the armor, but I finally do. And not a bad pair of gauntlets here. Good intellect, good recovery, 60, maybe a bit on the low end, but, consider getting these. Chest piece is definitely on the better end. Great recovery, which is really what Warlocks want. Good discipline, okay intellect. Yeah, seriously consider grabbing this chest piece. Then we've got this helmet here. 55 is definitely on the low end, and, the spikes are all over the place. I'm going to say maybe not, because I don't know. I don't like this. I think 55 is, just too low. Then another 55 boots, again, just too low. I'm actually going to make sure here if I buy this 55 and actually check it, yeah, it's the same thing. All right, guys, now let's check out the Hunter. All right, now checking the Hunter, let's see these gauntlets. This is the opposite of spiky. 63 is decent overall. If you want all your stats to increase, this is the one to get. Then we've got this chest piece here, decent mobility and discipline. 63, it's good, not incredible. We have this helmet here. 54 is simply too low, just ignore this. And the boots, mobility, recovery, strength, discipline, it's just 59 is maybe a little bit below my cutoff, but certainly if you're a new player, consider grabbing these. And so guys, that is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed and found this informative. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCacus. That is linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.